I'm here. What's up, Broken Army? Broken Prophet here, and happy Monday to you guys. Here's hoping that the start of your week is absolutely awesome, the way it should be. Now, I know a lot of people are like, it's Monday. Why is Monday happy? Well, we're here. You know, there's always a reason to smile, and if you woke up this morning wrong side of the bed, or you didn't want to have to go to work and start the work week or whatever, look, hit that reset button, for behold, today is the day that the Lord hath made, and we shall rejoice and we will be glad in it. Guys, what I want to talk to you guys about this morning is, well, I guess it'll be afternoon by the time y'all see this. But what I want to talk to you guys about this afternoon is, hey, it's okay to take your time in hoodoo. Slow down. One of the biggest things that I keep having to tell people is that it cannot be built in a day. It took me years to become the great one. So slow down, okay? I understand your enthusiasm. Keep that enthusiasm. Keep that respect for the tradition, but slow down, okay? One thing I had to tell someone, because they took a class from me on playing cards. You know who you are. You're awesome. Took a class from me on how to read playing cards, and 3 days after having the class, sent me a logo that they made for themselves on reading cards. I'm like, don't you think you want to learn how to read the cards first? But I understand. It's just about enthusiasm. I totally get it. And I'm just like, just slow down. Just slow down. See, when you rush, and this is what I told them. I said, when you rush, you're just going to get good enough. But to be truly great, to achieve greatness, takes time and dedication. And see, the thing is, nobody remembers good enough. Good enough is a fast food hamburger. But going to a 5-star restaurant, that's greatness. Good enough, people forget. Greatness is remembered for generations if it's ever forgotten at all. Our ancestors in this tradition, or in any tradition, right? The people we remember, they achieved greatness. There are a lot of good enough folks out there. Just food for thought. Just food for thought. But anyway, I know it's still cuffing season, guys. So I'm going to give you guys a love working, okay? And we're going to talk a little bit. Maybe Mr. J will come by and chat with us. But in the meantime, guys, slow down, take your time, be consistent, be dedicated, and you'll achieve greatness. Guys, another thing. So y'all know Hoodoo Central 2.0 is practically out in the middle of nowhere in a very, very small town here in Georgia. And so, moving to a rural area comes with its own set of things. I won't say obstacles, but it has its own, individual qualms. One of them being a lack of, I won't say modern conveniences. It's not like I'm living in a shack, but we're building onto the homestead, right? And so I needed power there. Now I'm used to, when you want utilities, you just call the utility company, they come flip a switch, or they hit a button from down in the main office and boom. Oh no, not here. A lot of you, okay, look, see that right there? They have to come and bring a power pole, then run line from the main dirt road down here, attach it to the pole, and then run it over to, the other dwelling I'm trying to put power to. It's a process. It's fun. No, I'm not gonna lie, it is fun, but oh man. And I have another story I want to tell you, but I'm gonna wait till Mr. J drops by, because shoot, you know what? Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. And another thing, guys, I know, like we live in a very small world now with the internet and things. The world's gotten a lot smaller. We're a lot close together, and in a lot of ways, that's a good thing. We're able to learn from each other and visit each other's cultures and things like that that people weren't able to do back in the past. But with that being said, just because you're exposed to a bunch of different cultures and things doesn't give you license to mix and match and remix. I get a lot of you guys who want to, okay, say you want to make a hoodoo bath, you want to make a mojo bag, and you like, I want to add a sigil from this other spirit that I work with, or this, and I'm like, that's not hoodoo. Listen, guys, I know that a lot of you consider yourselves eclectic, but you got to learn a tradition before you can remix it. Okay, that's like that's like me trying to, I take a class on auto mechanics and I want to see if I can plug a mojo bag into the engine. Some stuff just doesn't mix. And I know a lot of you want to use the gumbo analogy. Gumbo is this beautiful mixture and delicious mixture of a bunch of different things. But you got to know how to cook first before you can do that. If you don't even know how to cook first before you making a gumbo out of a bunch of different things, you making a big pile of hot, disgusting garbage. All right, guys, for this love work here, you're just going to need a few things. Of course, you're going to need your Bible, not just to pray with, but you're going to need it for the actual working. You're going to need, there's your candle. Try to adjust this a little bit. You got your candle and a knife and some twine. Oh, and you're going to need a playing card. This is just a sheet of paper that I have, but you're going to want the Ace of Hearts playing card. Because in Hoodoo, the Ace of Hearts is the playing card and playing card divination for new beginning, new love, new emotions, things like that. So what you're going to do is you're going to open your, first take your Ace of Hearts. You're going to write your name and their name. You leave as much space as possible, and I'm going to explain why. Remember, write your name and their name. You're going to put it in the Bible at the book of Ruth. Book of Ruth, chapter 1, verses 16 and 17. And it says, and Ruth said, entreat me not to leave thee, or to return from following after thee. For whither thou goest, I will go, and where thou lodgest, I will lodge. Thy people shall be my people, and thy God my God. Where thou diest will I die, and there will I also be buried. The Lord do so to me, if more also, if aught but death part thee and me. See why we use that for love? And then you put the Ace of Hearts right in there. Now hold it there for a second, because now you're going to get your candle. And get out, maybe about 1.5 feet, 2 feet of twine. Get your Bethlehem and cut it. And tie it around your candle. Now you're going to have one end around the candle, the other end on top. Or you can put it on the bottom, it doesn't really matter. But it's going to be right there where that Ace of Hearts is. Now, light your candle, of course. I shouldn't have to tell y'all that. But every day, you are going to open your Bible where that card is. You're going to write the 2 of your names again. Close it and wind the candle. And do that every day. Every day, recite the verse, write the names down on the card, and wind the candle, drawing it closer and closer and closer. And once it's there, right at the top of the Bible, you just let the candle burn down. Let it burn all the way down until completed. By the time that is done, the person will be back with you. Okay? Now, guys, I shouldn't have to keep saying this, but like I said earlier in the video, it's going to take some time to get good at this. Oh. It's going to take some time to get good at this, guys. So if at first you don't succeed, try again. What did you do that was here? Let me try to fix this. There. Okay. What could you have done better? Could you have memorized the verse, maybe? Could you focus more on the outcome instead of letting your mind wander as you were doing your working? Okay, these are things you should always jot down, take these notes, so when you have an unsuccessful working, you can go back, revisit, and go, okay, this is what I should do. This is what I can do better. Was my mind, body, and spirit in alignment? Yeah, I thought I heard something in them doggone woods. And I'm gonna tell y'all the story about why I just look like that. All right. But anyway, guys, do this working and bring the people back. It's cuffing season. I'm almost full on love work. I'm almost full on doing love spells for people. But hey, in the meantime, give this a whirl. Keep on practicing, keep on trying. Do not be afraid of failure. And, don't be afraid of taking things slow. That is how you become great. All right. And greatness is eternal. All right. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Let's get Mr. J in here and start telling these stories. All right, guys, we are back. I told y'all Mr. J was going to come back. Y'all were excited last time. So it was exactly 1 week ago today. Yo, we outside. Mr. J was just saying it's cold out here.
Yeah, it's chilly.
I'm out here in a t-shirt, but I have all this fat and stuff. Shoot. But guys, thank you for, what was it? It was like over 500 views, like 70 something thumbs up, showing how much you guys liked it. So, we're here for another story time. And then we'll get into, the working. They always want to working. They always want to working. If y'all show this video some love, maybe we'll get Mr. J to give y'all a working. Maybe. He's real big on the maybes. Get on down there. And I'm going to try not to fuss at Hoodoo Dog as much this go round. But last time, Mr. J, we left him on a cliffhanger because you was going to tell them about that time, you and a whale.
Yes.
So, I'm laughing with you.
Yeah.
Please tell us how you ended up, because somebody was telling me about that little girl like years ago. You remember that when she fell down the well?
Yeah.
And then that's what sparked us talking about it, because then you were like, I fell down the well too.
Oh yeah. I was a little boy, and all. Just let me know when you want me to get started.
Yeah, it's good.
I'm gonna tell y'all a true story about me being a little boy, hard-headed, and I don't know whether y'all familiar with such things. Well, we use them as for toys back in the days. We call it a syrup bucket. We fill it full of sand and run a wire through it. And we pull it around the house, running, pulling it, and all. And it was real sported in, and that's about the only toys we had back in them days, makeshift toys, And I was running around the house one day, and Mama always cooked, and we had this house, where it had the wood shutter windows on it, and she would open the window and pour dishwater out of the window, because we didn't have such thing as the sinks then. We had the dish pans back then, and all. And Mama was cooking and throwing water out, and I was running around the house, and all, and we had a well. I would think it was about 7 feet away from the window of the house, and all. And back then, the well had these wooden planks curving around it, and on the bottom of the well, some of them had rotted off, and they was gone and they was missing, but on the top, they had the top planks yet up there, and all. So I kept on running around the house with my pack. We called it a packer, and all, and had that wire on it, and we had to make little fuss like tick, 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 tick. Oh, that was fun to us, and back then, And Mama kept hollering out the window, "You better stop running around that house with that thing before you slide in the well there. This water I'm throwing out there." I said, "Mama, I'm gonna be all right, and I kept running around there, and I slipped one time, but I didn't slip in the well, And I kept on going. I think I made about 2 more trips,
After she told you to stop?
Yeah, after she told me to stop, I made 2 more trips. I said, Mama, I'm gonna stop. Well, and I went around there, I think, the second or third time, and I was speeding up then, you know, and I started to sliding.
Oh.
And I slid down into the well by them plank boards missing off the bottom. I slid down in the water, and I went down. But I bounced back up. And I caught hold to the boards on the top, and I got tired because nobody was out there, and I went down again.
Oh, goodness.
And I hollered, you know, for my other sisters and brothers to come, you know it. And I bounced up again out of the well, out the water, you know it. And I caught hold to the top planks up there. And guess what? I hold on. I didn't get tired then to let them go because that was my last chance.
Good night.
Eventually they heard me, you know, and they come out there, you know, and they caught my hands, you know, and sort of pulled me out of there, you know. Then Mama come out there with that strap, you know. I told you about that. I told you to stop that, being hard-headed. And I suppose we wouldn't have been here, and you would have got tired of holding on to that top plank, and you'd have went down at the bottom and couldn't have got out of there. I said, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I ain't going to do it no more, Mama. Yeah. But
until next time.
Yeah, till the next time. Yeah, till the next time. I done it several more times. Hard-headed.
Well,
that's the way it was back then, you know.
It's still that way. Kids still hard-headed, but they just don't go outside no more.
No, they don't go outside no more. Kids don't. You know, they got these modern day things now. They gonna set up in the house in tenders and everything like that now. But back then we didn't have anything to play with. The only thing we had to play with were makeshift toys, you know, and all, you know. We roll a bicycle tire, you know, a rim, you know, got us a stick and put it in that rim, and we run around the house with that bicycle rim.
Now, I have seen that on movies. I didn't know. You're the only person I know that ever actually did it.
Yeah, that's like it was real life, you know, with a bicycle rim, you know. We had a stick about, I'll say 12 or 14 inches. You know, we took it and the tire was off the rim now. But we took that stick and we put it in that rim, you know, and we run with that rim and that stick pushing it, you know, we guide it everywhere we go, you know, and all, you know, and all. So then we got tired of that, you know, then we would get automobile tire. That was our only toys that we had, a regular automobile tire, rubber tire. We would take them, we would roll them around the house or up the road, you know, just running, playing with them. Then some of my other brothers, siblings, you know, we would let them get in the tire, ball up and get in the tire.
Oh, good.
Then we would roll them, you know, in the tire over and over and over. Until we hit a brick wall or something, they fall
That's
out.
what I was about to say, because I thought I was waiting. I was waiting on it.
Yeah.
I was waiting on it, because I was like, oh, there's more to this story. You know, me and my cousin used to get in the dryer.
Yeah.
You know, my aunt had, you know, the front, you know, dryers open from the front. So we would climb in there. He would be on one side, and I'd be on the other side. And we call it playing roller coaster. We just rock and rock. And then sometimes his sister was older than both of us. She closed the door and hit the button. You know, we never told my aunt that we did this till we got grown. For some reason, when you get grown, you know, that's when you want to start confessing all the bad stuff you did when you was a little kid. And my auntie said, I knew for some reason I couldn't keep her dry because she's like the dryers kept tearing up.
Yeah, overweight.
Yeah, she didn't know why.
Oh yeah.
It was because of us.
I
But
know.
Mr. J, I got a story I want to tell you. I told you part of it. And I promised you guys if y'all were over on Bigo that I was going to tell you guys this one. Last night, well, let me tell y'all something. And Mr. J can confirm this. It's a different kind of dark down here in the country at night. It's not the same dark as nighttime in the city. Like down here, when the sun go down, it's dark.
Black dog.
Black dark.
Black dog.
So me and Hoodoo Dog, you know, it was getting around bedtime. This is last night. This just happened. Last night, and letting him out to use the bathroom because he wasn't going to go out again until in the morning. So we out here, and it's black. I'm talking about it is black. And y'all have seen a couple of clips of just woods back there. Woods and a field. So Hoodoo Dog is you know, doing his business, and I'm standing out here waiting on him, and I hear And I'm like, I look at Hoodoo Dog. Hoodoo Dog looks up at me, and we both lit up. We lit out, came back into the house. I mean, wide open. And that's how I know my dog is black, because he didn't ask no questions. When I ran, he ran.
I know that's the way they
look,
is,
he didn't go to experiment. Investigate, nothing. He just took off. He just took off. But yeah, that was my story. I thought about coming in here and grabbing that Bethlehem and going out there, because when you got that Bethlehem, boy, you feel. But I'm like, you know what? I'm safe in the house. Why go back out there?
Yeah, I know. I could add on to that too. Like I'm thinking about the deer.
Yeah.
Back there, like he's saying, out here in the country, you not to hear or see anything out here. One day, back in the days, I don't know whether y'all familiar with deer tongue or what, but I was a person, anything that I could make an honest dollar with, I was into that,
I know that's right.
So I went way back in the woods gathering deer tongue. It was around about 1 or 2 o'clock during the evening time, and I went out there and had me a sack, and picking deer tongue, and I was there for about, I imagine, 20 or 25 minutes, and I heard something coming through the bushes, but I really didn't pay no attention at that time. But every time that I stooped down to pull up some deer tongue, I hear it coming towards me, and I still didn't pay it no attention. I just went on getting my deer tongue, and after a while, I get more deer tongue, then I hear it coming again. When I stop, then I said to myself, now that don't sound right. When I stop, it stopped. When I move, it moved. So what I decided to do, I decided to come out of them woods.
I know that's right.
Because that was mighty strange. Something moved, and I moved. I never could see it. I could hear it coming through the bushes towards me. But that was a bad sign to me, and it was time for me to get out them woods.
Whatever it was hunting you.
It was hunting me, and sooner or later, if I got out them woods, it probably would attack me. But immediately, I grabbed my bag, and I come out of those woods, and from that day to this one, I never went in the woods looking for deer tongue, because I was going to be meat for whatever it was.
Listen, I was going to ask you, can we go back there and get some? Because if y'all, deer's tongue in hoodoo, we use it for like as a love herb. It's a plant, y'all know. Mr. J ain't out there ripping tongues out of deers in the woods. It's a plant, y'all.
Grow low to the ground. This one do. Then sometimes it grows up on those stalk and all. It's got a real sweet smell to it.
Yep.
And I'm trying to think what they make out of. I don't know whether they put it in cigarettes or tobacco or whatever they do with it.
I think commercially sometimes they'll put it where I know a lot of people use it in candles to make fake vanilla. Because real vanilla is expensive, so they'll use deer tongue for it. But look, we had to say that, because there's going to be some folks out there that's like, that doggone Mr. J out there tearing tongues out of deer.
It also could be used for a love herb too, I think,
Oh, yeah.
Get it, So I used to tote a piece in my back pocket. It smelled real good. I liked the smell of it, and all.
And women do too.
Yeah.
They always trying to work on us, but one of these days we're gonna do a video telling the men stuff they can do. Because deer tongue will work, fellas.
Oh yeah, deer tongue.
So you know what? I think the next video we need to take them over there and show the fellas how to choose what's that saw palmetto.
Oh yeah. Saw palmetto.
Look, y'all not gonna be able to see his face, but Mr. J just started grinning there, because chewing some saw palmetto help you out, fellas. That's all we'll say about that. It'll help you out.
Help you out. Yeah. They know what we're talking about.
Yeah, they know. They know. Look, just chew that. Well, maybe we take y'all out there, by bring that Bethlehem, and we'll chop it up. If y'all don't know what the Bethlehem is, it's any form of knife or whatever. If you want to know why I call it the Bethlehem, because if I hit you with that thing, you wake up next to Jesus. So,
I heard that. Yeah.
I go grab that Bethlehem.
It don't give no slack.
Nope.
No slack whatsoever.
But we'll show y'all how to chop it and eat it and stuff like that. But we're going about 14 minutes. But I want y'all to hear this. Me and Mr. J were in the car. This was a couple of weeks ago. We were in the car, and I don't know if we came up on an accident or we were just talking about, because we were going down a stretch of road where a lot of accidents happen. And Mr. J was telling me he's seen several accidents there. And I forgot what happened. Mr. J was like, yeah, the have an accident right there, and just wait for the Undertaker to pull up. And I was like, whoa, the Undertaker? And Mr. J was like, no, I meant the ambulance. And I was like, I'm in bad shape if I have a wreck and the Undertaker pulls up.
Yeah.
But he was telling me how back in the day, the Undertaker would come out to a wreck. Yeah,
back in the days, they didn't have nothing like the modern things they got now, like these wagons. They had the regular Undertaker to come out to pick a body up or a sick person, to take them to the hospital or wherever, and all. And that was the only way that they could transport people. Then back in the days, what about my daddy?
Mm-hmm.
Back in the days, my dad, he acted as an Undertaker, What I mean, he would go pick up a body, that had been deceased, He had a flatbed truck, and they would get them and lay them on that flatbed truck, and all, and haul them to wherever. I was a small kid then, but I remember all of that, and all. Take them to the funeral home or wherever, And one day, my daddy told me, now I didn't see this, but my daddy told me this, and somebody else, said they was traveling, and not too fast, because they couldn't go too fast. They weren't laying on the back of the truck.
A flatbed?
Flatbed truck. They had to ride sort of slow, and all. And said they happened to look back on the back of the truck, and this guy that's supposed to have been dead, he had set up on the back of the truck looking all around, and all.
The dead man.
The dead man, had woke up and was looking all around, and so my dad and them, they stopped the truck, him and the other guy, and the man, he jumped off the truck, then he was running, and all, and that was sort of the way of my dad and them making a little extra money too, and the man jumped off the truck, done come alive, and and they started running behind him. Come back here, you so-and-so. Come back here, you so-and-so.
Doggone it. That's money running.
That's money running, They know if he got away, their money was gone, Oh. So from that point, by me being young and hearing my daddy talk about it, I don't know, did they ever catch him or what,
Then you say that the fella that was with your daddy hollered, doggone it, if you ain't dead, you about to be.
Yeah, if you wasn't dead, you gonna be dead. The reason of that, back in the days, a lot of people would come back alive. They supposed to have been dead, but they would come back alive due to the fact they hadn't come out with something to whatever they do now to them. I guarantee you now, when you die,
oh, you dead now.
You dead for real. You ain't coming back no more.
Good gracious alive.
Yeah, you ain't coming back no more now. But a lot of people's come back to life, and I have heard in the funeral home. I have heard that for a fact. I didn't see that now. They said they had took a man to the funeral home, and put him back there in the cold story or whatever they call it, and the zip up thing, and said they went back there, and the man had woke up and was walking around back there, saw it in the cold room, telling them he was cold, They looked around, they thought they were hearing something. Well, they was hearing something. Man
back there walking around.
Walking around. And man, that was a scary moment to them. They told me.
I bet it was.
Scary moment. Yeah.
But a lot of that, I guarantee you, there's two things. Either somebody had some kind of attack, like diabetic coma or something like that, or people used to do a lot more severe workings on people
Right,
back then.
right.
Like people was always feeding somebody something,
Yeah.
and it's certain. I always tell people, root workers back in the day, it wasn't just magic.
Right.
It was also knowing roots and herbs and
Right,
stuff.
right,
And people
right.
put something in your food, and you down there, and you can't move to tell them you
I
alive.
know, and again, this for a fact I have heard. I have heard this right here. What I'm saying is nothing that I've seen. I heard this part. A lot of people have told me that they have buried people's Undertaker, and they had went back to zoom them about a grave for some reason, and all, and said they have got the casket back up out of the grave, for some reason, and said, and the top of that casket, the whole top of that casket had been scratched out, clawed out, and so there's indication that person had woke back up and tried to get out of there and couldn't, and so they just died in there. I have heard that much about it, but like I first said, that once the breath leave you now, you're not coming back no more, because they got ways now of fixing that up.
Yeah, they make sure you gone.
They make sure you gone now. You ain't gonna wake up no more.
Especially, I saw a sign down in town. It said, what did it say? Funerals starting at $800, but like cremation a certain amount. I'm like, they ain't gonna let that money walk out. They're gonna make sure you gone now.
Yeah, they're gonna make sure you gone now.
Hey, y'all, I know some of y'all, oh, that's a morbid topic. We all gonna leave here one day.
Oh yeah, we gonna leave here one day, but that's sort of morbid, but that's something I wanted to throw in too, and a lot of people might not have never heard of that, but that's a fact that went on back there too, and all. So
but y'all comment down below, and I think, let's see, we're gonna have Mr. J's face. I think right there we're gonna put the P.O. box. If somebody want to write letters or stuff like that, and y'all comment down below if y'all would like to see us go over there and take that Bethlehem and go chop down some salt palmetto. But I know one thing, I ain't going out in the woods at night.
No.
I ain't going.
Not anymore.
Dude, because whatever that was too much.
Too much, yeah.
But I think, we did, 20 minutes was good. Yeah. That was good. And guys, don't forget, smash that like button, comment down below, and thank you to Running Shark, and the other lady that we thanked the other night, Mrs. White. You sent something a couple of weeks ago, and I totally forgot to thank you for it, but I do appreciate it. And guys, if you send a Cash App or Venmo, please, in the comment section, put for Mr. J so he will get it. I normally put it up around this area. I don't know, it might be around this area, but you will see the Cash App and the Venmo and the P.O. box. All right, but thank y'all for tuning in. Mr. J, I gotta go get some light bulbs. I'll tell you about that. I totally forgot. I gotta go get some light bulbs. It's a long story. Yeah, okay. All right, y'all, we'll see y'all later.
Okay. Thank y'all for listening.
All right.